turned out to be very, very important.
I think so, and I think mental state. Coming into the playoffs last year and the playoff games this year, I think basically our kids have played enough playoff games in the last 4 or 5 years to understand, and the six, I guess, to understand this time of the year, it really doesn't make any difference who you're playing. The key to it is they're there, and you can't focus on rivalry. The papers have really built this thing tonight as a rivalry, and it is during the regular season. But we're not competing for regional championships right now. We're competing for state championships, and whoever's in the way, you look at Humboldt ranked second in the state all year long, averaging 30 points a game. And I had someone ask me last week, was it worth driving down to see the game? The playoffs is a different mindset. You don't have 2 or 3 weeks to prepare for a team like some people do with a week schedule. You have to be prepared every week. And, I think the challenging schedule that we play here at Springfield High School every year demands that our kids get focused each week. And I think that's been an advantage to us in the playoffs the last couple of years.
Springfield wins over Humboldt 17-14 last Friday night at Humboldt. And now the Yellow Jackets get ready to take on the White House Blue Devils here at Boyce Smith Field. We'll be back in just a moment to talk more with the head coach of the Yellow Jackets, Randy Thomas, about this game coming up with White House. Springfield Cleaners and Coin Laundry and Moreland Shopping Center behind Sony's can also handle all of your shoe repair work in their precision shoe repair shop. They're open from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. until 3:30 on Saturday, closed Sunday with after-hours pickup available at the Coin Laundry. They also offer package express shipping. Stop by and see them soon. Springfield Cleaners, Coin Laundry, Precision Shoe Repair, and the Package Express in World Shopping Center behind Johnny's in Springfield. Coach Randy Thomas, head coach of the Springfield Yellow Jackets. Let's focus our attention now on the White House Blue Devils. White House last week, of course, had a big win on the road over a Memphis team, Memphis Kingsbury, 2014, that final score. Tell us about the game with White House tonight, Coach Thomas.
It's going to be, I think they're going to throw the ball more this time. And, they've got a great tailback in Lambone. He's one of the kids that since we've been competing against White House, he's not like Phillip Harris or Taylor. He's a power runner, and he's got a lot of heart. I've got a great deal of respect for the guy. I mean, I've watched him play on film and prepared for him, and he runs the football hard, and he's tough. And the quarterback has made drastic improvements. Sophomore, he's got 12 or 13 games under his belt now. And Keeler is their feedback, and does a real good job on his flashes, and he's a good receiver too on their throwbacks and things of that nature. So I think the key to it is not worry about individuals, but worry about the sets and make your reads, because they pretty well telegraph what they're going to do from the snap if you're reading. They're pretty robotic on that. And I think that's a good read for us defensively.
Coach, has it been a good week of preparation? Of course, I know the Thanksgiving holiday came, of course, on Thursday, but I know you had a practice on Thursday, and parents and supporters from the community were out at the school to watch the Yellow Jackets go through a morning practice on Thanksgiving morning. Tell us about this week of Springfield High School preparing for this game.
Well, this is the 4th year in a row we've been in this situation, and our kids have learned to handle it. It's like anything else. This time of the year, they've invested a lot of time in the game. Like I told them the other day, they're different than other people because, when everybody else goes to work or goes home or whatnot, they have to stay. And on weekends and holidays, they have to be involved. And that's just part of being a football player. It's a privilege to play high school athletics, and it's something they understand. They have to discipline themselves and concentrate and do the things they're supposed to do.
Okay, Coach. Let's get some thoughts from you now as to what you think the Yellow Jackets will have to do in order to win this game with White House and advance to the semifinals of the state.
I think White House is really going to make an effort tonight to control the football. And of course, I know everybody says that, but I mean, what I'm saying is they don't need to be behind, I don't think. And I think that's what he's going to stress to his guys. We don't need to be behind. We need to just run those three, run, and then throw, at least expect it. I think they're going to try to control it. I think they're going to try to do a better job of getting field position. We kept them back pretty good the first game. And I think that was a big reason that we won. And we executed some great plays that night. We caught some big passes, and was able to exploit them on those passes. We felt like it was controlling them going into the game. And I think that's going to be the key to it. If it's close in the fourth quarter, then it's anybody's game, because they have the ability to keep it and hammer the ball out play after play because of their great size. A lot of coaches, since we've been in AAA, the thing that I've noticed is complained about we don't have athletes. And I'll say point blank that's a poor excuse to say things like that, because White House has great athletes, and Portland has great athletes. This time of the year, if you don't have good athletes, you're not going to still be playing. I don't care if you're playing in single A, double A, triple A, 4, or 5. It don't make any difference. You're in the quarterfinals. You have good football players. And I think sometimes all of us forget that the game is for the young men, and we don't ever need to discredit their efforts. I'm much impressed with White House, and I always have been ever since I played them. And I think they're good boys just as good as we've had. Big, strong kids that can play with a lot of guts and a lot of heart. And sometimes I think people get caught up in the thing that, Springfield got speed. Well, we've all got something. We've got 300-pound linemen. We've got to adjust and use the material that we're given. And I think that sometimes our children have been discredited because of some of the victories they've had. And I'm tired of hearing that. And I'm really looking forward to showing everybody that we're playing good athletes tonight, and we're going to get after them. White House is a good football team. A 30-15 game in the first game, that could have been 15-14 just as easy. And we realize that we got a good game tonight. There's no overlooking anybody tonight. When you get to this level, you don't think about next week, because next week might not be here. I know one thing. There'll be no excuses for Springfield High School if we lose tonight, because we have not overlooked White House.
Coach Randy Thomas, thank you very much. Good luck to you in the Yellow Jackets, and we'll talk with you after the game tonight.
Hope it's a cheerful one.
All right, the head coach of the Springfield Yellow Jackets, Coach Randy Thomas. Let's take a break. We'll return to Boyce Smithfield in just a few moments as we continue our preparations for the White House Springfield quarterfinal game of the PSSAA state playoffs. We'll be back in a moment.
Announcing the biggest automotive sales event so far this year, it's an automotive mega sale at Bob Williams Ford Springfield.
Over $10 million of inventory, all priced for immediate disposal.
Every car tag will be used for fast delivery.
Unbelievable.
Now, this is a deal.
Every used car truck has from $300 to $3,000 off. Many at or below wholesale.
Zero down, instant financing, every credit application process.
To get mega deals on all new Fords, you must act now. It's a mega sale at Bob Williams Ford in Springfield.
Yellow Jacket fans, welcome to Boyce Smithfield, where tonight Springfield takes on White House in the continuing drive towards the Clinic Bowl. I have with me tonight Kent Collins, the kicker for the Yellow Jackets, the snapper, Patrick Carneal, and the holder, Terrell Summers. We have these gentlemen last week that played a very important role in beating Humboldt, and welcome, gentlemen. Clint, the Springfield kicking game has come a long way.
Yes, it has, not from last year.
And even in past years, I remember coming down here when long ago the Yellow Jackets had probably a defensive tackle kicking extra points and trying to tie a shoe on as he come onto the field, tying it up, and didn't really have a field goal try at all in previous years, way back when I was in high school. And I'm sure that the coach talked to you all quite a bit about that.
Brian Glover last year was our kicker, and he started off right. And this year I came alongside. I knew I wouldn't start this year if I was going junior, and I just tried out for it.
Well, you've done a good job, and Springfield kicking game with Brian Glover starting the tradition. We'll catch it on like the rest of Yellow Jacket football and hope to continue. Patrick, it's true that the only time that the announcers, me including, ever mentions the long snappers when you make mistakes. Is that right?
It's a lot of pressure on these guys. And if I mess up, there's only a small part of the game, but if I throw one long or something in a game situation, I can lose it for us. So, it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and like I say, that's probably about the only time you get your name mentioned, but you've done an outstanding job. And Terrell Summers, several times this year, the snaps haven't been just perfect, and you've had to grab it and place it down, and maybe some high snaps and some on the ground. You've done a good job with that. Being quarterback, you're adapted with the hands anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm used to it. I've been doing it since my sophomore year, and I've just been doing it consistent. And a bad snap, I try to catch it and put it down on the feet for him. So that's basically all I do.
Well, the 1-2-3 combination here, as I said, has done a very good job for the Yellow Jackets. Clint, last week in the third quarter, when you kicked the field goal that put us up on Humboldt 17-14, the way the teams ran up and down the field the first half, I don't imagine you had any idea that'd be your final point.
I didn't. It was a long third and fourth quarter for me. But they pulled us through for it, and the defense held for us. So they did a great job last year. Thursday, I want them just as much as us. They helped out just as much as I did.
Yeah, they can't do one person can't do it without the other two. And Jarrell, speaking of defense, made a big interception last week.
He always tell me sometimes I play defense, but sometimes I just don't. I play defense, but since last year, he don't want to put me in this year because he said I might get hurt or something. But I told him if you need me, I'll be right there. So he just took me on in and come up with a big play.
Tell us a little bit, Patrick, about how you three guys in the kitchen game prepared for a game like tonight and practice during the week.
We try to get out there a little bit before everybody else. And I snapped the Clint and he holds it and went using the kitchen. Just basically thought we would get there early and get there for anybody else does and start working on it and make sure there's no wrinkles or anything.
Well, fellas, I want to wish you good luck tonight. I'm going to shake your hands as you've gone off. Terrell Summers, Patrick Carneal, and Clint Collins. Good luck, fellas. I'm Mike Gunn of Holly Performance Parts in Springfield, Tennessee. The management and employees of Holly are proud to be a part of the industrial community of Springfield, Tennessee, and support high school athletics in Robertson County. This is Joe Gray, General Manager of WSCI Radio here in Springfield, Tennessee, 1100 on your AM Good Listening Dial. We're proud to carry Yellow Jacket football live every Friday night at 7 o'clock. And also we invite you to listen to cable television every Saturday and Tuesday night at 7 o'clock with Walter George on cable TV.
And boy, Smithfield looks great. The grass, of course, is dying as a result of the frost, but the field really looks sharp. Steve, Greg, I want you to comment a little bit on this. I know Gary was down here the other night working, and the Sherwin-Williams paint store here in Springfield, where Gary Alley is the manager and has been for the last 16 years, I think. Is that right? 16 years, Gary?
Yeah, 16 going on 17, Walter.
Anyway, they furnished all of the paint for the painting of Boy Smithfield, and Steve, Greg, what a great job has been done getting this field ready.
That's right, and that's one thing that's overlooked. Two ball teams getting prepared, the fans get excited, but you got to have a facility like this to play on, and that field looks, to me, old gold. Yeah, the grass is not green, it's old gold, and that's our colors, and the field looks great. The numbers, you can see those very well, and we shouldn't have any problem in calling this ball game. The checkerboard in both end zones looks great, too.
It sure does. And speaking of that checkerboard, we, of course, had it for the playoff game with Charles County. But they have added a little something this week in that they have outlined the numbers across the field in gold. White numbers with the gold outline, so that's a little something extra that's been added, Gary Elliott. Looks great.
Yeah, the coaches did that, and it does look good, Walter. You know, Coach Thomas talking about kids, never giving up on kids, and I thought about that all week long in that after the first 3 games, we were 1-2, and 2 of those games we had gotten beat very badly. But, you know, what you do when you schedule opponents like we scheduled, you find out the kids that want to play. And you find out the kid in a game like tonight who has the heart and who you can call on in certain plays to do certain things for you. And just an outstanding job by the Yellow Jacket coaching staff this year.
Absolutely. And another gentleman that's been doing a great job all year, of course, is Kenneth Hawkins on the stat sheet. And Kenneth has put together a lot of special information about this game and about the Springfield White House teams. We'll be sharing that with you in a few moments. Hal Gammons, camera operator for our cable television coverage. We continue to hear great comments about Hal's camera work each week. And Hal, we want you to know how much we appreciate your coverage on the camera of Yellow Jacket football action. We had some great long runs last week, and Hal had some good close-ups of the players, and we were able to do some things with that to kind of enhance the coverage a little bit, and we hope the fans enjoyed seeing that. S&S Pickup and Delivery, 820 South Main in Springfield, offers pickup and delivery service in Springfield and all of the Nashville area, including Nashville International Airport, any scheduled airlines or bus stations. Same-day service in Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky. Scheduled pickup and delivery, same day and overnight, anywhere. Call for quote 500 miles overnight on scheduled delivery. S&S Pickup and Delivery, 820 South Main. Reasonable rates and excellent service. Give Leonard or Margie Saunders a call soon at 384-5813, 384-4567, or use their 800 number, 800-782-9270. S&S Pickup and Delivery. Left end zone, the White House Blue Devils are preparing to come out onto Boyce Smith Field for this football game. The White House cheerleaders holding a sign, and now the Blue Devils are coming out. And there is a great crowd on the far side of Boyce Smith Field to support the White House Blue Devils. And a great crowd on the home side as well.
Yes, and the captains just walked through the spirit line. Troy Dixie, Carlos Turner, Troy Baptiste, and Jarrell Summers. Walter for the Springfield Yellow Jackets. They come through. They look very serious when they come through there.
And it is Brendan Rambo, Robert Blackmore, and David Faulkner to represent the White House Blue Devils. They'll be the captains. And now the Yellow Jackets are getting ready to come out. Springfield crowd beginning to chant. We have a sign out on the field. It says, "Stop the Blue Devils, all the way to the state." Let's pick up the chant as the Yellow Jackets are preparing to make their entrance onto Boyce Smith Field. The spirit line down to our right. The Jackets will emerge from under the home side bleachers in just a moment. Captains are standing on both sides of the field waiting. We're waiting to see if the Jackets are going to come out before the captains meet for the toss of the coin. And that may be the case. The officials are still waiting. They have not gone out, so now the Springfield band gets ready to play. Let's switch down on the field.
Yes, Walter, and one thing that I'd like to mention before the game, Springfield's healthy. They have all their players. They have them intact. Most of them are 100%, and the Yellow Jackets have gotten this far. They wanted to get this far, of course, and another thing you hope for is to be injury-free. And see, Greg, I think that the Yellow Jackets are in very good shape for tonight's game.
I think so also. When they come through the spirit line there, they come on the field, they had a determined look on their face. No jumping up and down, no hoopla. White House were there, and they look really spirited. So it's going to be see which one of those prevail, the spirited White House Blue Devils or the somber and serious Yellow Jackets.
And the captains are meeting for the toss of the coin at the middle of the field. The officials step in. The captains are there. We told you who the captains are. And White House has won the toss. The Blue Devils have deferred their option until the beginning of the second half. So now Springfield will have a decision to make. The Yellow Jackets, I'm sure, will want the football as White House has won the toss. Springfield will receive. White House will kick off, and White House will move from right to left as this game gets underway in just a moment. Let's take our final timeout before the kickoff by telling you we'll be back in just a moment.
At Rods in Springfield, we carry tires to fit almost any vehicle, on the road or down on the farm. With brands like Kelly, Firestone, Uniroyal, Bridgestone, and Michelin, finding a tire to fit your vehicle or your budget is easy at Rods. Rods also has a great selection of good-looking wheels, like Progressive, Prime, Pleasure, or Central. So remember what Rod always says:
buy a cheaper tire, but you can't buy a better tire cheaper than from me.
Highway 41 South in Springfield.
All right, White House Blue Devils getting ready to kick off to the Springfield Yellow Jackets to start this football game. We'll give you the Springfield starting lineup here in a moment as Daniel O'Neill has teed up the football. Gary Alley, we want to mention the death of Susie Jones' mother. Of course, the wife of former head football coach Tommy Jones, who is now an assistant principal at Springfield High.
Yes, Susie's mother, Miss Jean Zimmerman. And I know Susie and all the sisters and brothers at Susie's house watch listening tonight. Susie, we love you and hope that everything goes well this time of morning for you.
The White House Blue Devils getting ready to kick off to the Springfield Yellow Jackets. Ladies and gentlemen, it is state playoff action. Here it comes, bouncing downfield, and the Yellow Jackets, Troy Bixby at the 5, 10, 15. At the 20, 23, 4, 25, tackled by Alex Keeler. First and 10, Springfield at their own 25.
Yes, Alex Keeler, Mr. Everything for White House, Walter. He's plays defensive back. He plays wing back on offense. And Alex, as we know, does a very good job every time he goes out there. He caught the winning touchdown pass last week for White House to beat Memphis Kingsbury.
And the Yellow Jackets will have two wideouts coming to the right side. Troy Bixby and Tyrone Gerard. Running this way with the ball, Terrell Summers, the quarterback. Gains a yard or two and will be taken down as he got to the corner. Making the defensive play for White House was number 63. That is Daniel Pettit. Daniel Pettit made the defensive play. Starting lineup for Springfield after a gain of 3. Marcus Harrison tight end on the right side. James Turner on the left side, I should say. Left tackle, James Turner. Left guard, Omar Barbie. Center is Curtis Terry. Right guard, Victor Turner. Courtney Woodard at the right tackle, and Troy Bixby, the split end. And a handoff coming out of the backfield, breaking one tackle, another. David Johnson across the 30, 31, 32, 32 and a half, and cut down after a 5-yard gain. David Johnson out of the backfield. Johnson, of course, the starting fullback. Quarterback Terrell Summers, halfback Tyrone Gerard, and the wingback Deshaun Moorhead.
Walter, David Johnson was hit 3 yards deep in the end zone, wouldn't go down, kept going, and about 8 or 9 White House men touched him on the way to get him 5 yards.
And the Yellow Jackets need 3 more to get a first down. They're at their own 33. And the give into the middle, David Johnson to the 35. He'll be very close. Very, very close. We'll wait and see where they've spotted the ball. The official says it is a first down for the Yellow Jackets.
Just an all-tackle play to the right end. David hit it up in the hole real quick, saw the yard marker, and just go for it to get the first down. Good run again by David Johnson.
And a 2 yards on the play. First down of the ball game. And it goes to the Yellow Jackets. Steve Brent watching the game through his binoculars. We'll get some comments from him in a moment. 2 wideouts, split in the slot back and the wingback, all going to the left side. Terrell Summers looks that way, throws the ball. Downfield, it's going to be incomplete. White House player had his hands on it, deflected it away out of bounds. Defending on the play for White House was number 21, Alex Keeler.
And again, Alex Keeler always seems to show up around the football. Lee Swearingen went down and out about 15 yards. Terrell Rose left that way, but he had to throw it a long way, and by the time it got there, Alex Keeler was going for the interception. He was trying to keep his feet in bounds, though, and it might have messed him up as far as catching the football.
Steve Brent.
Well, we tried to pass the ball early like we did the first time to open things up and see if Jackets continue there on 2nd and 10.
All right, split in, slide back to the left side, wing comes to the right. Tyrone Gerard runs to the left, turns upfield to the 37. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play. The defensive stop made again by number 63, Daniel Pettit. He's 6'1", a 200-pound senior.
Walter, one thing that I liked in that formation then, Troy Bixby was lined up wide left, and he had single coverage by Alex Keeler, and I just feel like we've got a distinct advantage there if we decide to go to that later, and that Troy with his speed, I think if he keeps getting single coverage, we may be able to hit a long one.
Gain of 2 on that last play. Split in this time comes to the right side. And Terrell Summers drops, rolls out this way. Is going to be caught from behind and dropped. It'll be a loss on the play of about a yard. So, 4th down at about 9. And the Springfield will be having to get into punt formation at their own 37 to give up the football. Tyrone Gerard will get ready to punt. And dropping back for Whitehouse. Looks like number 11 going back is Joel Carter. Gary Alley, why don't you check the White House starting offensive lineup or get ready to do that. We'll do it right after this punt. As Tyrone Gerard standing at his own 23, getting ready to punt the football. Now Whitehouse stops a couple of men off. And here comes the punt to the near side of the field. It's going to hit and bounce out of bounds at the White House 45. Gary Alley, the White House starting offensive lineup.
Well, at end is Jason Walker, number 80. At left tackle, Kevin Phillips. At left guard, Daniel Pettit. At center, 5'8", 200-pound Bobby Blackmore. At right guard, George Fields. At right tackle, Mr. All-State, 296 pounds, 6'5", senior Wes Langford. Quarterback, Brock King, a sophomore, 5'9", 155. Joey Lamborn, the tailback. Russell Stoddard and Alex Keeler, the wingback. And, of course, we know that they'll go to Joey Lamborn probably, or White House would like to think that they could go to Joey Lamborn 25 or 30 times, maybe even 35 times tonight if they can get the ground game going and control the clock.
Okay, 28-yard punt a moment ago by Tyrone Gerard. White House will have the football, 1st and 10 at their own 35. Up to the line, in and I, with a split in and slide back to the right side. And here is the fake to Lamborn. Quarterback Brock King throws incomplete. Brock King threw it away, and is there a flag down?
Walter, Brock King went back to pass, and he was met by Wes Dabowski and Marcus Harrison, and he was leveled. He made him throw the ball high. Also, he threw the ball down out to Keeler, and he was covered very well. If the pass get on target, it could have been intercepted.
Well, he just threw it away. There is no flag down. I was checking to make sure they had not called a roughing the passer. As Gary said, they really delivered a lick on Brock King. In the eye again with a split in and a slot back going to the right side for the White House Blue Devils. And Brock King will give to the fullback. And he comes up the middle, has a pretty good surge up to the 40, a gain of about 5, and it'll be 3rd down and 5.
Walter Stoddard just on a quick opener. They hit it up inside there. Springfield's defense met him. We've got a 3rd and 4 here. Just look for maybe Lamborn to try to go right this time behind Langford.
6-yard gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 4. You'll remember the first down play was a pass that fell incomplete. So now White House with a 3rd down and 4 at their own 41. I formation, split in and slide back to the right side. Brock King gives to Joey Lamborn, and Lamborn goes down after a pickup of about 2 yards. Oh, wait a minute. They're going to give him a great spot. Let's see where they put the football down. It'll be a gain, we'll say 2. They call it 2nd down and 2. I'm sorry, 4th down and 2. And now White House will have a decision to make. And they're going to line up in punt formation. I wouldn't have been surprised to see him go for it right here, but maybe it's too early.
Walter, White House has a play here, and they try to make the defensive team jump offside, so Yellow Jackets have to get still that ball snout.
They're going with a long, long count. Now they do snap the ball, and the punt is away downfield. Troy Bixby under it at the 30, and is taken out of bounds at the 37. Downfield quickly was Michael Connor. Had he been able to slip past Connor, he might have had some running room. But right now, let's take a quick timeout. No score in the ball game.
This is one long game.
They even ran out of food. The fans must be hungry.
I'll tell you about hungry. Hey, football fans, Buffalo Wings are here at Domino's Pizza. Get a large 3-topping Domino's pizza and a 10-piece order of wings, only $12.99. Call 384-2100 now. Did you see that? Here's a handoff. Tyrone Gerard going to be hit in the backfield and dropped for a big loss on the play. Making the defensive play called David Russell. Too long. Okay, Springfield up to the line with the football. Handoff going to Tyrone Gerard, and he is dropped for a 5-yard loss on the play. David Russell getting through there to drop him for a big loss. So Springfield now second down and 15. And David Johnson will fight up across the 35 to about the 36. And Springfield not moving that football much on offense at this point. Steve Grant.
Yeah, on first down, they got some penetration from the right defensive end, and that clogged things up. Here we're just trying to get some yards up the middle with David Johnson. Maybe they would have a wide defense and didn't get very much. So third and long.
Third down and 13 for the Yellow Jackets. Wing T formation. Terrell Summers to throw. Pressured out of the pocket. Runs at the 40. He's up to the 45. He's up to the 50. Ladies and gentlemen, he has run for a first down at the midfield stripe.
Yes, just a good run by Terrell. He rode out of the pocket right. He dodged one tackler, go for the first down, and that's a real big first down for Springfield to keep the drive going. You know, Walter, the first time we played, Springfield just dipped right up field and scored a touchdown. But, Steve, I would say this is a different White House football team. They have more confidence now than they have been.
Yes, that's right, and there's still a lot more quickness on offense.
Wide out to the left side. Summers gives to David Johnson, who runs that way. He's at the 45. He's all the way down to the White House 40, onto the White House 39, and maybe another first down at 11-yard gain on the play. So Terrell Summers runs for 14. David Johnson runs for 11, and another first down.
Yes, David looked inside. There wasn't anything there, and he just outrun the defensive end to the corner and got the first down. I'll tell you, the Yellow Jackets have been clogged up so far in the middle, but have been able twice to get outside just by sheer speed.
So the Yellow Jackets with a first and 10 at the White House 39, coming to the line of scrimmage. Wide out to the right side, in Bixby and Tyrone Gerard. And into the middle, David Johnson takes the handoff, but the officials blow the whistle.
Walter, we'll wait for the call, but it looked like Springfield was moving a little bit before the snap.
So the officials will move this way and say that there is an illegal procedure against Springfield. That'll cost them 5 yards. So again, Springfield... a moment ago after the punt, it was a 5-yard loss. This time it's a 5-yard penalty, but it's still first and 15.
You take a look at those. Springfield's gone to a one-back offense. That's spreading the White House defense. And we've run quite a few different offenses this year, and we've had some procedure calls. And that might be the reason, because we're in a different type of offense.
Swearingen split into the right. Slide back over here is Tyrone Gerard. David Johnson takes the handoff, and he's taken down for really no gain on the play. It's going to be second down and 15.
Yes, Terrell and David run into each other that time in the backfield, and David couldn't get any momentum going. So Springfield was second and 15. Troy Bixby run into play, and I'm looking at that play where they're trying to cover Bixby one-on-one with the defensive back.
Yellow Jackets coming to the line of scrimmage again. Wide out to the right side. Bixby and Gerard. Summers drops back, looks this way to the right, throws incomplete. Intending for Deshaun Moorhead, and defending on the play for White House was number 34 for the Blue Devils. That is Michael Connor. So it's now third down and 15 for Springfield.
Springfield trying to get the personnel on the field that they want. Taking quite a bit of time to do it, hoping to get the playoff here. Lee Swearingen coming in late with a play. A couple of Springfield guys coming out, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get the play away, Walter.
3:58 to go first quarter. No score in this football game. And as Gary said, taking quite a bit of time to get this play in. Springfield up to the line. They're going to have to hurry. Wing T with the wing to the right side. Split into the right side to get the stop underway. Summers. A little shuttle pass, but it's going nowhere. As Whitehouse covers it well, Deshaun Moorhead got the shuttle pass, and the defensive play belongs to Joey Lamborn, number 42. Again, no gain on the play, so after that 14-yard run, but Jarrell Summers a moment ago, then David Johnson for 11. Springfield's offense stymies a bit, and Springfield will have to punt the football. It's 4th down and 15 at the Whitehouse 46.
Well, we gained some field position, but the penalty killed us on 1st down, and we'll have to keep penalty-free, hopefully, the rest of the game to beat Whitehouse.
Jeremy Carter back deep, and Tyrone Gerard punts it high. Carter is under it at the 10. At the 15, comes to the near side of the 20, and will be taken down as he goes across the 20 up to about the 24 by Troy Bixby. No score in the ball game. Let's take a timeout after that 35-yard punt. We'll be back in a moment.
Delight Products on Industrial Drive is proud to be a part of this city and county. They're pleased to support the activities of our young people and would like to encourage a sense of pride in athletics as well as academic proficiency. Delight Products supports the continuation of the tradition of striving for excellence our young people have established through the years. This message from Delight Products.
No score in the football game. 3:05 remaining in the first quarter. And Whitehouse starting from deeper in their own end of the field.
Yes, Walter, he stumbled coming up. You said 24, but actually they're going to start on the 18.
Okay, at the 18, they'll spot the ball. 1st and 10 at the Whitehouse 18. Lamborn comes out of the backfield and gets hit at the line of scrimmage and manages to push forward for 2 or 3 yards as Marcus Harrison made the play. Marcus Harrison with the stop. 2:35 left first quarter, no score. Whitehouse and Springfield a gain of 5 on that first down play by Joey Lamborn, the tailback for the Whitehouse Blue Devils.
I'm sure Whitehouse is just going to try to push it out here and get some field position, and I look for him to stay with Lamborn and behind the fullback, and the fullback right now being Chris Scruggs coming in for Stoddard.
Here's the snap. Lamborn runs to the right side, breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage, and finally will be taken down as he runs downfield. I think it was Bixby again who made the defensive play, but it's all the way up to the Whitehouse 35. And the official moves this way. There is a flag down. We have a holding call against Whitehouse. The flag thrown at the Whitehouse 29. So a good run by Joey Lamborn will be wiped off.
Yes, and I see another flag back at the 24, so maybe that was the spot of the foul, Walter. If it is, it's going to hurt Whitehouse big time here.
An 11-yard gain by Lamborn. Now the holding penalty takes the football back inside the 15. And they will mark the football at the Whitehouse 14. It will be at that spot, 2nd down and 14 for the Whitehouse Blue Devils. Brock King, Whitehouse quarterback, waits for a play to come in from the bench as Kurt Crane, number 5, enters the lineup as a split into the right side. And the slot back to the right side is Alex Keeler. I formation behind the quarterback who gives on a handoff. No, he faked the handoff. Brock King faked the handoff, faked me out as I thought he gave the ball to Lamborn, but instead he kept the ball, and that was a mistake because Carlos Turner came knifing in to drop him for a loss. Steve Gregg.
I was actually kidding. I said, who got him? Who got him? He said, Laser Beam got him, and he got him from behind. Yeah.
So another loss, Gary.
Well, that time they, like you said, faked it to Lamborn inside. Brock King was trying to get it on the outside with his pure option play, but Carlos Turner chased him down from behind. 1:09 to go in the first quarter.
And 3rd down and 16. Quarterback Brock King to throw. Pass incomplete. Flag comes down as we're going to have a pass interference call. A pass interference call upcoming as the pass was intended for Jason Walker. And I think Deshaun Moorhead defending on the play. The official indicates pass interference against Springfield. And it occurred at the 20. So we'll have a penalty marked off against Springfield on the pass interference call. And I think back to A big pass interference call last week at Humboldt, and Springfield came right back on the next play, and Troy Bixby got another one. The second interception took place in the end zone.
Well, Walter, for the fans, I just got to make this comment. They call pass interference in high school football a lot closer than they do in college and pro. Where you see some guys make good plays in college and pro, the high school referees, and we've seen it all year long, not only for Springfield, but against Springfield, we've seen the referees call the pass interference very, very closely. That time, Deacon was in good position, I thought, but there's a little contact and they called it.
Brock King, the White House quarterback, has the first down to work with, and he'll give it off to the fullback. And that is Scruggs, Chris Scruggs, with 54 seconds left in the first quarter. He will carry across the 30, up to the 32. A gain of 5 on the play. It'll be second down and 5. No score in this football game.
Well, we've had 2 penalties on Springfield, and both of them have been big. We had one on first down to kind of slow down a drive, and that time keeps White House going. So Springfield has got to play penalty-free here the rest of the ball game to beat White House.
And White House had a big holding penalty a moment ago that wiped off a nice game, but Joey Lamboy. Now White House is going to have to call a timeout. White House a bit undecided about where they were going to line up for the next play. So Brock King calls a timeout. 24 seconds remaining first quarter. No score in the ball game. We'll be back in a moment.
I've always considered myself to be a fairly healthy person, so when I had chest pain and shortness of breath, I was pretty scared. My doctor and the staff at Jesse Holman Jones Hospital assured me that with some changes in my lifestyle and a program of regular exercise, that I would be okay. I feel better than I've felt in years, and most importantly of all, I've avoided a heart attack.
Jesse Holman Jones Hospital. Superior care by people who care.
Coaches sending messages out on the field. Randy Thomas has been out there to talk to the Yellow Jacket defense. It's second down and 5. White House to the line, I formation. Split in and wing back to the right side. They run to the right side, and Joey Lambourne up across the 35 to the 36, 37, close to a first down. He needed 5, and he got about 4 3/4. Now the officials are going to bring the chain in. I think it's a little short. 10 seconds remaining first quarter, no score.
Nothing fancy there. Brock King just pitched it out real quick to Lambourne. And Lambourne, Walter just started around right in. You know, he's 6'2", 204 pounds. He's a senior, and they're going to ride him as far as they can tonight. They're running it behind big Wes Langford. And we've been guessing wrong all year, and we did again. First down for White House.
Kenneth Hawkins says it's a first down, and he's exactly right. As they stretch the chain, first down for the White House Blue Devils. Second first down for the Devils at their own 37. Now, at the end of the first quarter, they go en masse as a team to the far side of the field to talk with their coach. Timeout at the end of the first quarter. No score in the football game. We're coming back in a moment.
From Northern Tennessee and Southern Kentucky, announcing a supermarket of selection and savings on used cars and trucks. At Bob Williams Ford in Springfield, it's a used car and truck blowout. Over $1 million of used cars and trucks then at or below wholesale. And the 91 Ranger pickup is $59.90. 94 Templar with Topaz loaded is $10,995. Or how about a 93 F-150 pickup is just $99.94. Zero down, instant financing. Summer blowout sale in Springfield at Bob Williams Ford. Call 382-7950.
Back with you as we move to the second quarter of the Springfield White House football game. And Steve Gregg, it's just been both teams trying to kind of steal each other out here early.
That's right. Both teams have been playing smart ball. They haven't turned the ball over to give the other team a break, and that's the way a White House Springfield ball game has been going over the years. If you make a mistake, it's liable to hurt you in this ball game. Well, one thing I'd like to see is White House have to punt the ball more. I feel like that where we have distinct advantage. You know, Troy caught one punt on the run down here a while ago. He timed it perfectly. If he'd got by one man, he'd run a long way. So hopefully our defense can hold them here and make Portland punt it. And like I say, when they do that, I think we've got a big advantage.
Beginning the second quarter at their own 37. The Devils have 2 wideouts to the left side. That is Keeler and the split end is Crane. Quarterback gets the snap and tries to hand the ball off, but he's got no one to give it to. Well, the object of the play, they had the fullback lined up as a wing over to the right side, and it was the intention of Brock King to hand the football off to number 22, Scruggs, but he was not able to do so.
Walter, a big blow for White House here. Wes Langford, their all-state candidate, is down on the field, and he's been down there for a while now, and the White House people are out attending to him. But that would just be a terrific loss for White House.
He also is a finalist for the Mr. Football Lineman of the Year award in the 3A division. He's down on the field right now. Back to that play I was talking about a moment ago, as they tried to hand the football off to Scruggs, running from right to left. Scruggs was already past the quarterback, Brock King, and King had to keep the ball, ended up losing a yard. It's second down and 11. Clock shows 11:47 left here in the first half. No score in the ball game. Steve Grant?
What happened to Langford on that play? He was running a trap play up the middle, and he ran right into his own player, the center, and they met head on, and Langford went straight to the ground there, and hopefully he'll get back in this ball game. He's a definite, not a player that you want to lose if you're a White House Blue Devil fan.
Let's take a timeout. We'll return to Boy Smith Field. No score in the ball game in a moment. S&S Pickup and Delivery, 820 South Main in Springfield, offers pickup and delivery service in Springfield and all of the Nashville area, including Nashville International Airport, any scheduled airlines or bus station. Same-day service in Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky. Scheduled pickup and delivery same day and overnight anywhere. Call for quote 500 miles overnight on scheduled delivery. S&S Pickup and Delivery, 820 South Main. Reasonable rates and excellent service. Give Leonard or Margie Sawyers a call soon at 384-5813, 384-4567, or use their 800 number, 800-782-9270. S&S Pickup and Delivery. Here we go. Langford is up on his feet and runs off the field under his own power, and we will assume that he is all right and will be back into the game.
Glad to see that. Big Wes Langford plays hard every down, and he'll be back in right after this play.
Put in and wing back to the right side. High formation behind King. King turns, pitches to Joey Lamborn, running out of the tailback spot to the 40. Pretty good run. Cornell will make the defensive play, but there'll be a gain on the play of 3 yards.
Yes, and they're trying to get Lamborn outside. Steve, I don't remember them trying to do that as much in the early going. The first game, I thought they were trying to run him inside a lot, and it was successful. I don't know what's going on here trying to get the big man outside.
Well, they put a tight end on one side, the wing back on the other side, so basically giving you 2 tight ends, and they're just trying to play power football against Springfield.
11 minutes remaining in the first half. No score in the football game, but White House has the ball at their own 40. And at that spot, it's third down and 7. High formation with a wing back to the left side. The enter tight. Here's a fake to Keeler on the handoff. Brock King putting it up. Pass downfield. Intercepted by Troy Bixby and then pulled away. No, now they say incomplete. Well, that was a nice effort on the part of Ben Juliet, the intended receiver. Troy Bixby played it perfectly. Had the ball in his hand, came down with the ball, and then Juliet pulled the ball out of his hand, causing the ball to roll away incomplete.
Yes, the White House quarterback just threw it as far as he could. Really, Bixby was the receiver, and the White House's Ian became the defensive man on the play. And Walter, hopefully that might be good in that they'll have to punt. And here again, I do think we've got the advantage when we make White House punt football.
Absolutely. Maybe something good will happen for the Yellow Jackets on this punt. Springfield getting ready to receive the expected punt. And here is the punt coming out of there downfield. It is Deshaun Moorhead at the 30. Gets away from one tackler at the 35, and then will be tackled at the 37. And the defensive play made by the punter, number 24, Michael Wade, who got downfield, along with
number 80 was Jason Walker. Springfield's going to start here, Walker, on the 38-yard line. And Coach Randy Thomas had some serious words for the Springfield offensive lineman as Wes Langford was down on the field. So maybe they'll be a little bit more intense as they come out here this time.
34-yard punt. Springfield first and 10 at their own 38. Wing T formation. Wing from the right comes in motion. They get in the ball. That's Deshaun Moorhead to the 40. And he is met and tackled by Joey Lamboyne. So again, Lamboyne apparently is all right. He's back on the field and playing after a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Yes, and Springfield not been able to hit that big play yet as we did in the first game against them. And we might mention some of those offensive linemen as the game goes along here.
Okay, Jackets to the line of scrimmage. Split into the right side. Wing comes to the left. Summers turns and hands off to Johnson running to the right. Johnson caught by the foot and pulled down. Johnson will move the ball up near the 44. And a pretty good run by David Johnson of 4 yards. It'll bring up third down, and Springfield will still have about 4.
Bixby running on the play for Lee Swearingen, and David almost broke free then, but couldn't quite get away.
Jackets out near midfield. Steve Gregg, your comment.
We've seen some different things from both offenses. Springfield's thrown 3 or 4 new wrinkles. Let's see what they can do here on third down.
Here's Terrell Summers rolling out with the ball, and he will have a first down as he carries the football up to the midfield stripe. So Terrell Summers with a good run. He will be tackled by Daniel Pettit.
Yes, Terrell come out on the option to the left end, faces David Johnson inside. It held the White House linebackers. Terrell brought it outside with the pitch man, Tyrone Gerard trailing. Terrell saw the first down mark and turned it up and got it.
6-yard gain on the play. The 4th first down for Springfield in the game. They're right at the midfield stripe. Split in and wing to the right. Summers hands off to Tyrone Gerard to the right. He runs to the 48, 47, and will be taken down at that spot. Again, there was number 63 defensively for White House, Daniel Pettit, after a 4-yard gain. And it will be 2nd and 6. Clock shows 8:15 remaining in the first half. No score in the football game.
Bixby running on the play for Swearingen here. 2nd down, and Springfield about 6 yards to go.
And the Jackets coming to the line of scrimmage. Been a hard-fought first half of football. Wing to the right side. Hand off to David Johnson. Johnson at the 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10. And will be taken down by Brock King, who made a touchdown-saving tackle at the White House 12, I think, is where they will spot it officially.
Yes, and that time Terrell got the ball, a pure handoff, but it was a little bit further outside. He got the ball over there quick, and David hit that right tackle spot, and he was gone.
David Johnson, 34-yard run to give Springfield a 1st and 10 at the White House 12. Jackets marching with the ball. No score in the game. 7:52 left, first half. Johnson in the middle. No. Not this time. Defensively, number 63, Daniel Pettit. Pettit is a 200-pound senior. He's 6'1", and he brought Johnson down for no gain.
2nd down, and Troy Dixie again running on the play for Lee Swearingen. Jackets has a lot of room over here to the left, Walter. Ball almost on the right hash mark. And Troy's going to line up left. I was going to see where he was going to line up. So I don't know what Springfield may elect to do here. They're in the I formation.
Summers, the quarterback, fakes the handoff. Keeps, runs to the right. At the 10, dives inside the 10 to about the 8, maybe the 7. As Summers just kept the ball, ran to the right, turned upfield, got it inside the 10. But now it's 3rd down for the Jackets. And it'll be 3rd down and about 3.
Springfield, I would think, is deciding on the sideline right now what they're going to do. If they're going to try to run the ball here on 3rd down and get a few yards, I think they'll try for it on 4th. If they don't get any yards here, I'll look for them to go for the field goal.
Ball officially spotted at the 6, I'm told, by Kenneth Hawkins, our statistician. As Summers gets the step, coming to the left side. They're going to carry the ball. Summers will carry the ball inside the 5. He'll be very, very close to a first down. We'll have to wait to see where they spotted the ball. I don't think he got it. He's a yard short, and it's 4th down. The ball is at the 4, and it is 4th down and 1. Springfield needs to take a timeout here. If they don't, well, let's see. Here comes the play. They're going to have to hurry.
Walter, they got a few yards on 3rd down, and I thought if they did, they'd go for it on 4th, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Up to the line at the White House 4. They're going to have to hurry or they're going to get called for delay of the game. Power I strong to the right side. David Johnson runs to the right. Johnson should have the first down. He's got a touchdown. David Johnson on a 4-yard run to the right side. Had a little hole open up for him. Coming over the power I. Johnson lowered his head at the 2 and went to the gold and white checkerboard in the end zone for 6 points.
And, Walter, this is a big, big extra point right here.
Glenn Collins is out on the field. It's snapped. It's down. It is up. And it is good. Springfield 7. White House nothing. Back in a moment. Springfield Cleaners and Coin Laundry and Moreland Shopping Center behind Stoney's can also handle all of your shoe repair work in their precision shoe repair shop. They're open from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. until 3:30 on Saturday, closed Sunday with after-hours pickup available at the Coin Laundry. They also offer package express shipping. Stop by and see them soon. Springfield Cleaners, Coin Laundry, Precision Shoe Repair, and the Package Express in Moreland Shopping Center behind Stoney's in Springfield. All right, back with you. Steve Gregg, Stu was in there as a tight end on that drive. Tell us about it.
Yeah, he's on the right side over there with big Courtney Woodard. So Stu's 245, Courtney's 274. And then I think that's Omar Barbie's side also. He's got quite a bit of beef in front of David Johnson. And David's been kind of a pinball tonight. Just hitting, getting bounced off, and got in there for the 6 points. And 7-0 looks good here in the first half.
So a decision by the coaches to go for it on 4th and 1 pays off. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Right now, Springfield getting ready to kick off after scoring and leading now 7-0 over White House. And Roger Brewer gets ready. White House has their people back deep. Keeler standing in the center of the field. It's high. It's not going to make it to the end zone. And it's not going to be Keeler. It's going to be number 32, Chad Roberts. And he is taken down at the 8-yard line. Great coverage.
Who made the stop? Carlos Turner made the tackle then, and Roger didn't get the ball as deep as he generally does on the kickoff, Walter, but the White House man foamed it and kind of scooted around with the ball, and by that time he had yellow jackets all over him.
Okay. White House starting deep on their end of the field. Brock King, quarterbacking the Devils, has them in a power I strong to the left side. And Lamborn, the tailback, is caught by Swearingen and will be pulled down. What?
There's a flag down on the play, Walter.
Okay, flag down on the field. Lamborn coming out of that backfield, out of the tailback spot. A hold against White House. They move the ball up to the 15, but that one is going to be wiped off as a result of a holding penalty.
Second holding penalty on White House tonight.
Absolutely. 5.5 minutes left here in the first half. Springfield leading 7-0. Steve Gregg.
Carlos Turner shot the left gap between the center and the guard that time. If he was the man that had to be held, or we might even have a safety that time.
Here's the mark-off, and that takes the football back near the 4, just inside the 5 at the White House 4.
Walter, White House brought a big crowd here tonight, and they're finally quiet for the first time tonight. They come into the stadium making a lot of noise, and now they're are quiet maybe for the first time tonight.
Devils at their own 4, first down. Lamborn comes out of the backfield again, and Carlos Turner will help get him on the ground, but again, Lamborn pretty good gainer. He's up across the 10 to the 11. Gain on the play of 7 yards. It'll be second down and 8.
That time Lamborn just went around left, Walter. When he gets up from steam, he's awful hard to bring down, a big kid.
Power eye strong to the left side. King pitches to Lamborn running that way. Gets away from one tackler, but Carlos Turner meets him head up at the 15 and takes him down. Kobe Baptiste backing up the defensive play, and now it's going to be third down and about 4.
Yes, and again, that time, Springfield secondary coming up, making tackles, and they've done a good job all year long. You've mentioned it, Tim Clemens, Deshaun Moorhead, Troy Bixby. When they come up and make tackles, they put a lick on the men.
White House calling the play. They've gone with Lamborn, and he has driven that ball from the 4 all the way out to the 15. They need 4 more yards to get a first down. And here he goes again. And Lamborn will have the first down as he is across the 20 up to the 21. So Lamborn running for White House, doing what he does best. And Gary Elliott, it's hard for me, perhaps, to understand why White House doesn't give the ball to Lamborn, as you said earlier, up the middle more. I think you'll see more of that the way he's running.
Yes, and White House, the offensive line, had a big push there, and I saw a couple of Springfield tackles about 5 yards downfield.
Gain of 8 yards on the play. Brock King fakes the pitch to Lamborn, gives it to Keeler. Keeler on the slice. Toby Baptiste takes him down. Also defensively, Jared Holman for Springfield in on the play.
And as Steve Gregg mentioned a while ago, Carlos Turner is in the backfield so quickly, if they ever hand off to the side that he's shooting on Walter, he may get the handoff.
2-yard gain, 2nd and 8. Ball near the 25. Think right up to White House 25. Springfield leads 7-0. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. White House up to the line. In an I formation, they fake to the fullback. King throws, complete to Keeler. Keeler makes the catch. Deshaun Moorhead makes the tackle at the White House 35. A gain of 10 yards on the play, and another White House first down.
First down for White House, but I tell you what, Alex Keeler paid for that one. Deshaun Moorhead read it perfectly, timed it just right, and come up and put a lick on Keeler. A lot of people would have fumbled the football, but Alex Keeler's awful sure-handed and was able to hold on to it.
I think we need to give White House some credit here. Driving from their own 4, they have moved the ball out to their own 35, where it's 1st and 10. Lamborn out of the tailback in the eye, has running room, fumbles the ball. Springfield has picked it up. Carlos Turner at the 40, at the 35, at the 30. Carlos Turner tackled by number 51, Bobby Blackmore. But Carlos Turner grabbed a loose football bouncing around out of the arms of Joey Lambert of White House. And Springfield will have it 1st and 10 at the White House 30.
Walter, you said it all year long about the defensive backs for Springfield. Joey Lamborn comes out on the play, 6'2", 204. The only man left to tackle him was Tim Clemens, 5'9", 140 pounds. Not only did he tackle him so hard the ball popped loose, and Carlos Turner got on it.
Springfield has 2 minutes and 10 seconds to work with here in the first half. Wing comes in motion. They fake the handoff. Summers runs away from a tackler. Now in trouble at the corner. He's going to throw the football. It is incomplete. Incomplete, intended for Troy Bixby at the 8-yard line. And Bixby made a tremendous effort to get to the ball, but just couldn't pull it in.
Also a tremendous effort that time by Jarrell Summers, in that Jarrell was able to get as wide as he did. He almost crossed the line of scrimmage. He didn't. And Walter again, White House, Wes Langford has gone out of the game, and this time it looks like he's either holding his wrist or his knee.
Summers was forced out of the pocket that time, ran to the right side, got open, and was able to set up for a moment and throw. Now here comes Johnson, the fullback, at the 25. Johnson to the 20. David Johnson working that football a little deeper into White House territory with an 11-yard gain up the middle. First down for the Yellow Jackets at the White House 19.
And Walter, Springfield's going to call timeout here. They have 3 left, so that will leave them with 2.
And Springfield leads 7-0. We'll be back with more of this quarterfinal state playoff game after this timeout.
I always wanted to be a nurse. I wanted to help people. And now, as a home health nurse with Jesse Holman Jones Home Health, I feel I am making a difference.
Jesse Holman Jones Home Health and Hospice can provide nursing care in the comfort of your own home. Ask your doctor about us. Jesse Holman Jones Home Health and Hospice.
It has really been a good thing to have that coming into my home.
Superior care by people who care.
Up to the line of scrimmage at the White House 19. I formation. And they fake. No, they gave it to Johnson. Runs to the right. Johnson at the 10. Johnson at the 5. Johnson is in the end zone. David Johnson. 19-yard touchdown run to the goal and white checkerboard.
White checkerboard for David Johnson. He cut it up inside right. Wasn't anything there. He went wide again. Then got a good block by Moorhead over there and was able to carry it on in for the touchdown.
David Johnson on a 19-yard touchdown run has put Springfield in front 13-0. And the try for the conversion fails.
Well, Alex Keeler, Walter, we saw his name all night long. He blocks an extra point. He does just about everything White House can do.
But Springfield leads 13-0. A minute 39 left first half. Let's take a timeout. We're coming right back.
Keep your car running right year-round with a visit to Rod's Car Care Center, Highway 41 South in Springfield. Rod Stecker and his staff are ready to service or repair your car. We offer brake repair and alignment, exhaust repair, shocks, and many more services. So come to Rod for all your car care needs. And remember what Rod always says.
You can buy a cheaper tire, but you can't buy a better tire cheaper than from me.
Highway 41 South in Springfield.
David Johnson with a 19-yard touchdown run has given Springfield a 13-0 lead. Roger Brewer gets ready to kick off as White House gets ready to receive. Down 13-0 in this ball game. Alex Keeler standing in the middle of the field, and this one is coming to him, end over end. He backs up in the perfect end zone and catches it there, so it will come out to the 20. When Roger Brewer gets that toe at the right place, he can put that ball deep in that end zone, and he got that one at least 5 or 6 yards deep in the end zone.
Yes, I was just going to say 5 or 6, 7 yards deep in the end zone, Walter. Real good kick there for him.
Steve Gregg.
We've got them bottled up here. A minute 39 remaining here in the first half, so I don't see White House coming out and trying anything fancy, not unless they get a big gainer here on first, second down. Then they might try to get on down the field to get some points on the board.
All right, we'll see what happens. They've got 2 wideouts to the right side. And the quarterback on a draw to Lamborn. Springfield covers it well. Carlos Turner was there. Also off the bottom of the pile is Carneal. Defensively, no gain on the play.
Yes, I was looking to see who was on the bottom of the pile, and it's Patrick Carneal. He got in the backfield quick that time and just stopped things before White House couldn't get it going.
Kenneth Hawkins going to stick that gain of a yard on there. If Kenneth hears me say no gain on the play, I think he marks down a yard. No, I'm just kidding. They actually got about a half yard on the play. So I'm not going to argue with him about that. High backfield. 2 wideouts. 2 split ends and a slot back. Slot back is on the right side. Quarterback Brock King throws. Pass off the hands of Gillette. And really, Gillette heard footsteps that time. He just turned to look upfield before that ball was in his hand, and it slides off his fingertips incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 10. White House here will need to be careful on this 3rd down play. Springfield might be able to call a timeout and get that ball back before halftime with 54 seconds now showing on the clock left in the first half, and Springfield in front 13-0.
Look for him to go long this time to Keeler or maybe another draw play with Lamborn.
Out of the eye. They give it to Lamborn, and Lamborn gets popped. And Carneal was there again defensively, along with Marcus Harrison, and now Springfield is going to take that timeout as we expected. The ball has been moved for about a 3-yard gain, but it's still going to be 4th down and 7. Springfield has called a timeout to stop the clock with 44 seconds remaining in the first half.
And it's a good thing to call a timeout here. Let's go for the punt block. White House had a punt block last week that set up the second score for Memphis, so they could be successful. How can we say the word?
Successful.
Yeah.
Steve Gregg, you pointed out something else. That is that the Memphis team was leading White House 14-0 at halftime last week, right?
That's right. They were leading 14-0. They came back for 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns against them, and then White House won it late in the ball game.
Yes, what we meant to say there, White House had the 14-0 lead, and Kingsbury came back on them. But White House has come back against Greenbrier this year, being down at 14-0. Looks like Springfield may set it up here and try to run the punt back.
Okay, 44 seconds remaining in the first half. And here comes the snap. Punt is short, and it's going to bounce across the field. And White House will down the ball at the White House 43. So now 34 seconds remain in the first half on a, on a 16-yard punt.
And one timeout left for Springfield.
Okay, one timeout remaining for the Jackets. Springfield with an opportunity here with a first down or two to get within Clint Collins' field goal range. Clock is running. 30 seconds remaining first half. They need to hurry.
His longest this year, Walter, 43, but that 43-yard one went about 48. So we'll see.
And that 43-yarder was against DeKalb County. Quarterback Jarrell Summers putting it up, intending it for Bixby. Bixby shot it at the 15. Bixby makes the catch. Keeler makes the tackle. Also there defensively was Carter, Jeremy Carter. And it is a first down to the Yellow Jackets with 12 seconds remaining. They're inside the White House 15 at the White House 13. First and 10. 14.
Okay, Walter, let's talk it over here now. We have 12 seconds to go. We have no timeouts left. What do you do here?
Is kick a field goal. Here comes the field goal kicker on the field right now.
That decision was made quickly, and they didn't want to rush things. They got him on the field. He's going to have plenty of time to get the ball set, and hopefully Clint can get it through there.
Okay, 12 seconds remaining in the first half. Springfield leading 13-0 in this game.
And it will be a 30-yarder, Walter. The ball right now is at the 13, 10 yards deep for the pose, makes it 23 and then 7 to snap the ball, so it'll be a 30-yarder.
Okay. Ball will be placed down at the, they're going to place it down at the 22, so it'll be a 32-yard attempt by Clint Collins. Coming into the breeze to snap the ball down. It is off to the right. It's going to be no good. So Clint Collins tries for a field goal, fails with 7 seconds remaining, and White House will take over the football. But Collins got it up. It was just a little bit off to the right, and not one of his better efforts. It was from the left hash mark. And I've noticed that Clint, I think, kind of enjoys kicking from the right side of the field a little better.
Yes, and also White House is getting some pressure from somewhere here. I want to try to check out and see where it's coming from, but they blocked an extra point. They had a lot of pressure on Clint then.
But Springfield leads 13-0 as White House comes up to the line of scrimmage in a power I, strong to the left side. King is going to kneel down, and that'll run the seconds off the clock. There is a flag down on the field, so we have 4 seconds left. The clock is stopped as White House had the intention of just running the time off the clock and going to the dressing room, down 13-0 to the Springfield Yellow Jackets. But we do have a flag down. The official moves this way. Illegal procedure against White House is the call, I think. The official had his hands all set to make the call. Now goes back over to talk with one of the other officials for a moment. Looks around a couple of times and says, what was that we were going to call? Now they're discussing it again.
Well, I don't think either team cares. I think both teams just want to get to the dressing room.
There he comes. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay, illegal procedure.
And like I say, White House just wanted to get to the dressing room. They were trying to run out the clock. The Yellow Jackets satisfied with that also.
Springfield leading 13-0. Here's a 5-yard mark off. Moving the ball back near the 15. So it will be first down and 15. Let's see if White House drops to one knee again. Back here deep in their end of the field. We'll see what they call. They're in a wing T formation. Wing to the right side. King goes to one knee. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're at halftime. Springfield Yellow Jackets leading the White House Blue Devils 13-0 at halftime. And the White House band is coming out here to perform. We're going to take a break here in just a moment. But before we do, let's talk for a moment about the first half. A lot of good things happened in the first half for the Yellow Jackets. I think probably the only thing the Jackets might like to have another opportunity at would be the chance for Clint Collins to try that 32-yard field goal again.
That's right. And I mentioned, I thought the same thing y'all did about where Clint likes to kick the ball. The left hash mark is usually a good spot for a right swing kicker, but he seems to like it from the middle of the field to the right side. And that time, the ball never did hook. You usually get a hook from a soccer-style kick, and the ball never did a hook. Just ended up fading it off to the right. So that's one of the things that maybe is a downer in the first half. And if they could have got that field goal, it'd been 16-0 and a touchdown, 2-point conversion ball game. But right now, 13-0. We'll take what we've got at halftime. Let's regroup and see if we can do the same thing in the second half.
Gary, I think we should mention that Springfield handled the last minute of the ball game, pardon me, the first half of the ball game very well, just to give Collins an opportunity to try that field goal. You'll remember they called a timeout on a White House third down and 10 situation, and knowing that White House was going to punt the football, they ended up punting on fourth down. White House punted the ball away. The Yellow Jackets got it in good field position and made a nice pass play to get the football down deep enough for Clint Collins to try that field goal.
Every decision the coaching staff made during that was perfect. On the plays to Troy, Jarrell just wound up through as far as he could. He underthrew it a little bit, and Troy come back and out-jumped Keeler for it. Like to have seen about 20 more seconds on the clock, but it wasn't there. And like you said, we had an attempt at it. We didn't make it, but that's the way it goes.
Well, I'm not sure the Springfield band will be performing at halftime. I was told earlier in the week that they were very short-handed because so many members of the band were away because of the Thanksgiving holiday. But the White House band is here to perform, and they're on the field right now. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment at Boyce Smith Field in Springfield. We'll have the scoring plays for the first half and the stats for both teams. So stay with us for more football. We're in halftime, Springfield 13, White House nothing at Boyce Smith Field in Springfield.
This is one long day. They've been running out of food. The fans must be hungry.
I'll tell you about hungry. Hey, football fans, Buffalo wings are here at Domino's Pizza. Get a large three-topping Domino's Pizza and a 10-piece order of wings, only $12.99. Call 384-2100 now. Did you see that? This is Walter George along with Gary Alley, Steve Gregg, and Kenneth Hawkins on the stat sheet. Harold Gemmons, our camera operator, covering Yellow Jacket football at Boyce Smith Field, where at halftime, your score is Springfield 13 and White House nothing. The scoring plays of the first half. With 5:56 remaining in the first half, it was David Johnson on a 4-yard touchdown run. Clint Collins kicked the extra point, and Springfield led 7-0. In with a minute 39 remaining in the first half. Again, David Johnson, this time on a 19-yard touchdown run. The kick was blocked, but Springfield leads 13-0 over White House. Team stats, Springfield 9 first downs. White House had 4. Both teams had 1 first down each passing. White House had 2 rushing. Springfield had 8 rushing. White House had 1 first down by penalty. Number of passes attempted, both teams attempted 4. Springfield completed 1 for 29 yards. White House completed 1 for 11 yards. Rushing plays. Springfield 21 rushing plays, 106 yards. White House 16 rushing plays, 58 yards. Total offense in the first half. Springfield 25 offensive plays, 135 yards. White House 20 offensive plays for 69 yards. Some individual stats in the first half of this football game. For the Yellow Jackets, rushing tonight, David Johnson, 10 carries, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns in the first half. Terrell Summers, 6 carries, 30 yards. Deshaun Moorhead, 2 carries for 2. Tyrone Terrar, 3 carries for 1. Troy Bigsby caught 1 pass for 29 yards. For White House, Alex Keeler caught 1 pass for 11 yards. Joey Lamborn, carried the ball 10 times for 49 yards. And the other stats for White House, less than 10 yards for the other backs coming out of the backfield. So, the Yellow Jackets looking good on the stat sheet, and at halftime, looking good on the scoreboard as well, Gary Allen.
Well, I don't want to get the Yellow Jackets overconfident, but I'll just say this, the defense has really looked good. They looked good against Humboldt. Steve Gregg, they come out here tonight and basically have shut down a good White House offense.
Yes, they have, and they've bottled White House up back deep in their own territory. So if Lamborn does get his yardage, he's got to get it 4, 5, 6 times, and get all the way down the field in the end zone. And so far, we've had the field position. We've taken advantage of the times that we've got a turnover, that big turnover that Carlos Turner got. And Gary, I just wanted to say, you were a baseball player, played second base. He got one at Chicago, one of those nice Sunday hops on that fumble. Took it down the field, and he knew what to do with it when he got it. And Carlos Turner, he hasn't had his hands in the football very many times, but he definitely knows what to do with the football. And if the other guys have the football, he knows what to do with them when they got the ball, too. He sure has, and something that Walter's mentioned all year long is the play of the defensive back for the Yellow Jackets. Ken Clemens, like I said, was the only man that could have tackled Lamborn. Not only did he tackle him, but he took such a lick on him that Lamborn fumbled the football, and Springfield able to capitalize. That's right, and we're not real big in the defensive secondary, but you're not supposed to be real big. And I know that's one thing these secondary guys usually would say, here comes this big guy, 6'2", 205, 210 at you, and that's a load to bring down. But our defensive secondary has not backed down to bringing down Joey Lamborn. That's what you got to do. You got to put a lick on them and let them know that you're coming. And next time they'll be looking for you, and who knows what will happen in that situation. But that was one of our strengths going into the season, was a defensive secondary with Tyrone and not Tyrone, I'm sorry, Jarrell also plays back in there when they go to a 4-back set. Deshaun got a lot of experience last year. Ken Clemens has done excellent. So those are 3 guys that when that ball goes up in the air or the runner comes down the field, they know exactly what to do. They know what their roles are. Well, the Yellow Jackets are coming back on the field with 5:30 to go. Something I might mention here, and I take great pride in this, Steve. The biggest crowd of the year is here for Springfield tonight. I had some people to ask me, did I think Springfield would have a big crowd, or would it be small in numbers? But the biggest crowd of the year, and I've seen a lot of faces from Greenbrier, Joe Burns, and East Robertson over here on this Yellow Jacket side of the field tonight, and we appreciate that. Appreciate them showing out in big numbers, and White House just brought a tremendous crowd to the film, and it's just a playoff atmosphere. Both teams not wanting to make mistakes, but Walter, I'm going to turn it back over to you, but White House is probably going to have to try to open the offense up a little bit more in the second half, and that's not to their liking.
Okay, Gary, I think you're exactly right. I think also, though, that the success that they have had in the first half has been Lamborn running primarily, as you pointed out, up the middle. That's the success they had on Springfield earlier when the 2 teams met during the regular season. And I think back to the series of plays when White House came from their own 4, primarily with the running of Lamborn, and got it up to about their own 30 or somewhere in that area before they had to punt the football. I really suspect that White House might come back out here and just go strictly with Lamborn, at least for a series or 2, to see what they can do. And if they have success with that, they might feel that 13 points is not too much to overcome with a strong ground game and the strong running of Joey Lamborn.
Yes, and I feel Lamborn is much, much more effective trying to run between tackles. He gets a pretty good jump. He gets through there. He's big. If you hit him at the line of scrimmage, he'll dive off for 2 or 3 yards. But when they try to get him outside, that gives those Springfield linebackers and defensive backs, which are very, very quick, time to catch up with him, and that's what's happened tonight.
One other point I wanted to make, and that is about Carlos Turner. Of course, he has been a very big asset for the Yellow Jackets on defense. But I know in practice, they have taken a strong look at Carlos Turner in the backfield. So Carlos Turner is not a stranger to getting the ball in his hands, although he has not had much of an opportunity during regular season games to do that this year for the Yellow Jackets. But he can run the football, and we saw him do that when he recovered that fumble.
Well, that's true. I think it's very, very important to have Carlos and Toby sitting over here while the offense is on the field. It gives them time to rest, just like it does James Turner and Courtney Woodard on the offensive line. And I can't say enough about the rest they get, the offense of Springfield sometimes keeps the ball 6 and 7 minutes. They're rested, and when they come on the field, they're ready to go.
Okay, let's take another timeout. The second half of the Springfield White House football game is coming up. But first, we take this break.
Announcing the biggest automotive sales event so far this year, it's an automotive mega sale at Bob Williams Ford Springfield.
Over $10 million of inventory, all priced for immediate disposal.
Every car tagged and reduced for fast delivery.
Unbelievable.
Now, this is a deal.
Every used car and truck has from $300 to $3,000 off. Many at or below wholesale.
Zero down, instant financing, every credit application process.
To get mega deals on all new Fords, you must act now. It's a mega sale at Bob Williams Ford in Springfield.
Well, the captains will come out for the meeting before the second half gets underway. But remember, White House did win the toss before the game and deferred their option until the beginning of the second half. So now, I'm going to assume that White House is going to want the football to start the second half. Steve Gregg?
I think that's the situation. They definitely need the football because they're down 2 touchdowns. And I kind of like this. I want the Springfield defense to get out there. If we can pin them back with the kickoff, make them start from the old 20, and the defense has a good run here and stops White House, that would be that much more momentum for the Yellow Jackets to start the second half. Usually, you want to go on defense first, but usually that's the start of a ball game or a start of an overtime period. But I like this situation. The Yellow Jackets defense can come up like they have all first period, first half, then that'll give us some momentum for that offense.
And if the Springfield defense could indeed stop White House, there's a possibility of getting the football back in great field position for the offense.
Sure, and the way Rogers kicks it, we have a good chance of doing that. Something I'd like to watch the second half. On 3 occasions I know of, White House has had 2 wideouts to the left, Walter, and Deshaun, the free safety, is up about 4 yards from the line of scrimmage a couple of times. And Springfield had a one-on-one. Lee Swearingen or Jared Holman, depending on which side, had a wide receiver one-on-one. And I'm going to look for that in the second half to see if White House maybe will try to exploit that.
The White House Blue Devils want the football. They will receive and will move from left to right as the second half of the football game gets underway. Springfield leading 13-0 in this football game. Roger Brewer heads out to the 40 to tee it up. The last time he kicked off, he stood at about 5 or 6 yards deep in the gold and white checkerboard, and we'd like to see him do that again.
Walter, Steve Gregg just made an interesting point, talking to White House before the game. Every time they've needed a big play, and every time they've come back, they've depended on Alex Keeler to do it. He's the deep man back there right now for White House.
And Keeler will be standing near the goal line, in the middle of the field. And moving over to the right side of Keeler will be number 37 for the White House Blue Devils. That's Chad Rogers. And I think Ben Juliette will be over on the left side for the Devils. Roger Brewer, pardon me, has teed it up. Ladies and gentlemen, the second half of the Springfield White House football game gets underway. Keeler has it going into the end zone, and there is a flag down, and apparently Springfield is going to be called for offside. The ball hit Keeler in the hands at the goal line and then bounced off to his left side away from him into the end zone. The officials bring it back out, and White House will probably want Springfield to kick it again.
Walter, I noticed that Roger running up to the ball is making the last couple weeks of slowing down a little bit. I don't know if you've noticed that. It seems like to me he is, and our guys are kind of getting up there and having to slow down. Maybe that might be the case.
So now the White House deep backs have moved about 5 yards further upfield. Keeler will move up to the 5. And again, over on his right, Chad Rogers moves up to about the 8. And Juliette is up near the 7. As the ball now has been spotted at the 35 on the tee. And Springfield gets ready to kick off again here to start the second half. And this one slides off of Brewer's foot, comes bouncing downfield. Here's Ben Juliette picking it up. He's got a hole, and then Springfield closes it. There's a fumble, and Springfield has recovered the football. Off at the bottom of the pile for the Yellow Jackets comes Courtney Woodard with field after the ball had been touched by one of the upbacks. Gillette picked it up at the 25, ran to the 30, and then got sandwiched. Lost the ball, and the Jackets have recovered.
Yes, and Gillette made a pretty good run before he got stuck there and fumbled the football.
Wing T wing to the right, split into the left. Takes the handoff. Summers in trouble. Sack back at the 40. Lost on the play of 5. Summers looking downfield, couldn't find anyone open.
Well, they double teamed Bixby lined up wide left. Moorhead was lined up the wing back, and he went downfield right. They had him double teamed, so he had no one to throw to.
So Springfield loses 5 yards. Back to the White House 40, and it now will be second down and 15. Wing T, wing to the left, split into the right. Summers gives it to Johnson, runs to the right, hit at the line, bounce back upfield, comes off of it to the left side, at the 40, at the 35, at the 30, at the 25, at the 21, at the 22. He's taken out of bounds at the 22. Tackle made by number 34, Michael Connor, but enough for the Yellow Jackets. First down.
Walter, the fans will have to watch that run on cable TV tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Beautiful run. He went right. He was hit. He tried to go outside right. Langford had him in his grasp. West Langford couldn't have him. Come all the way back across the field left and got good yardage.
The running of David Johnson. 19-yard carry for a first down at the White House 22 is where they've spotted it officially.
92 yards for Johnson so far.
First down for Springfield. Thanks to Johnson. Quarterback rolls out, option play, pitches the ball wide, and that is Moorhead who ends up with the ball. Moorhead taking the pitch at the last minute, and I think there may be a flag down. No flag down. I beg your pardon. Saw one, but I see now that is not a flag. Gain of 6 yards on the play.
Well, look, I thought it was flag too, but evidently they were just spotting the ball. Second down and 4, Swainson bringing on the play for Bixby. Yellow Jackets with a drive and need to capitalize right here.
Springfield up to the line of scrimmage. Near the White House 14. Here's the stop. And flags come down this time as the handoff goes to David Johnson.
Don't know what the flag is. They stopped it before it got started, so it could be Springfield again, maybe moving.
The officials confer. And the discussion continues. Now the official turns slowly and comes this way to say illegal procedure. That is a motion penalty, but it is a procedure penalty. Cost Springfield 5 yards.
Big penalty cost Springfield in the first half when they had it first down driving and slowed them down. And second and 9 here, we hope they can keep the ball going.
Second and 9, the ball at the White House 20. And the Jackets coming up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go. Summers drops to looks to the left, fires, pass complete. Wide open, Bixby at the 10, bounces off a man at the 5. He's going to go in for a touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown pass play as Jarrell Summers hits Troy Bixby from the left side. And he made a good move. I wanted to pick up a little bit of that chant of the Springfield crowd, Gary Alley.
Whoop, there it is, Walter. That's what the Jackets are saying right now. Bixby went down on a curl-in pattern about 10 yards. He hit him. White House guy hit him immediately. He bounced off from it and got in his zone.
And now Springfield will go for 2, leading 19-0. And here's Jarrell Summers rolling out to the left, throws it in the middle. It is incomplete. Summers rolled out to the left side, tried to throw it back to DeMond Stewart in the end zone, and he couldn't come up with it. So the try for the 2 fails, but Springfield leads 19-0. Let's take a timeout. We're coming right back. Astronaut Pickup and Delivery, 820 South Main in Springfield, offers pickup and delivery service in Springfield and all of the Nashville area, including Nashville International Airport, any scheduled airlines or bus station. Same-day service in Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky. scheduled pickup and delivery same day and overnight anywhere. Call for quote 500 miles overnight on scheduled delivery. S&S Pickup and Delivery, 820 South Main. Reasonable rates and excellent service. Give Leonard or Margie Sawyers a call soon at 384-5813, 384-4567, or use their 800 number, 800-782-9270. S&S Pickup and Delivery. Troy Bixby with his 8th touchdown reception. Springfield kicking off. Alex Keeler has it this time at the 5. Has a hole at the 10, at the 15, at the 20, at the 25, at the 30. Finally tackled at about the 33. Good run back by Alex Keeler.
Good run back to Keeler, and Kenneth Hawkins gave us an amazing stat, Walter. Troy Bixby caught the ball 13 times this year, 8 of them for TDs.
13 receptions, 8 of them for touchdowns. That's a pretty good stat. And Gary Alley, I want to think back here for just a moment to a stat that we talked about before the game. We'll mention it here in just a moment. Whitehouse in a power eye. Fit in on the right side. Here comes Joey Lamborn straight into the middle. And he got some yardage, but it was tough yardage in that middle as he got hit first and knocked around as he crossed the 35 to the 37. Gary Alley, Springfield has not lost a district or regional game at Boyce Smithfield since 1987.
Home field advantage, I'd say, Walter. The tradition's here.
Whitehouse up to the line after a gain of 5 by Lamborn on first down. Power eye with a split into the right side. And here is Keeler, the wingback, running to the left side. He will move it up to the 40 and his second down. Toby Baptiste was there. Also Dubowski and Carneal. 3-yard gain. Dubowski got the ball some way, got up west-handed to the official. So look what I found. But Whitehouse maintains possession. They're going to move it east down at the 40, and it's 3rd down and 2 at that spot.
Walter, pads are popping out there. The Yellow Jackets hitting as hard right now as I've seen them hit all year long.
Put in right, power eye strong to the right side. And Lamborn has the first down. Fumbles the football, but they're going to rule that he was down. Springfield has got it again. Ken Clemens had it, but the official says he was down.
We'll have to wait to see that again on cable TV. You know, they show it at 7 o'clock on Saturday night and 7 o'clock on Tuesday night. But I know right now our coaching staff is having a fit. They definitely thought it was a fumble. But Whitehouse gets a break.
And it occurred at the Springfield 49 after an 11-yard gain. So it now will be 1st and 10 for Whitehouse at the Springfield 49. Wing T with a wing to the left, or wing formation with a wing to the left. Quarterback drops the throw. And is going to fire it downfield, out of bounds, incomplete.
Walter, no one there but a Springfield man. I tell you what, Springfield on Barbie that time putting a world of pressure on the quarterback team.
And can you reach out and clip a defensive lineman when he's chasing a quarterback like that?
Well, I don't know, but it's 2nd down and 10. And something I want to say one more time is Springfield's hitting as hard right now as I've seen them hit all year long.
Steve Brett?
It's called a leg whip, and if you get away with it by an offensive lineman, it's a good ploy. And that time I think he got leg whipped and no call there. But it isn't penalty.
2nd down and 10. Whitehouse at the Springfield 49. Lamborn out of the tailback spot. Bounces off of 2 tackles. Still got the ball. Still running. 1st down as Lamborn carries all the way to the Springfield 36. A good run by Joey Lamborn.
Walter, they help Lamborn up. A good sportsmanship by Springfield. That's where Lamborn's effective. He goes in there, he gets you 2 or 3 yards, he bounces off, he keeps turning. And Whitehouse needing a drive right now. I'm sure they're going to stick with him.
13-yard gain on the play.
Just keeping those legs moving, high knees, and it's hard to bring a man down like that when he's got that big line in front of him.
From the power eyes, put into the right side. Lamborn into the middle. Big hole opens for him. And he's all the way down to the Springfield 20. And it's Swearington and Holman there defensively along with Troy Bixby, but another 1st down. And Gary, I think we talked about Joey Lamborn at halftime and what we might see out of him in the second half.
Yes, they're just lining up power football right now, bringing out. But Walter, Springfield's defense has let down a little bit since they thought they recovered the fumble, which we didn't get.
14 carries, 93 yards for Joey Lamborn. Brock King hands off to Alex Keeler to the left side. Has a little hole, but closing it quickly, Deshaun Moorhead of Springfield. Or was that Troy Bixby? It was Bixby. Defensively, 6:15 to go. Third quarter, Springfield leading 19-0. But White House driving. A gain of 3 on that play by Keeler. It's now 2nd down and 7. And the ball is near the Springfield 15.
Jared Holman held his defensive end spot that time, made Keeler cut inside where Troy could make the tackle.
Power eye, strong to the right side. Put in on the right side. King gives to Lamborn. Into the middle. Omar Barbie hits him first. He slides through Omar's hands. And then Toby Baptiste will make the defensive play to get him on the ground. Moving the ball near the Springfield 10. He will be about a yard short of the first down. 3rd down and 1.
Yes, but White House definitely in 4-down position here. So they've got 2 downs to get a yard.
Power eye, strong to the right side. King gives to Lamborn into the middle. He'll have the first down as he carries to the Springfield 8. Barbie, Baptiste defensively on the play. First down for White House. 1st and goal at the Springfield 9, I guess it is.
And Springfield is sending in Damon Stewart, defensive tackle for Patrick Carneal. This is something that we saw Springfield do last week against the bigger guys from Humboldt, is get Patrick out a while, give him a little rest, and get a little more bulk in there for the 240-pound Stewart.
All right, 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Brock King may be checking off at the line of scrimmage as he hollers signals both directions. Now under center, pitches the ball to Lamborn, running to the right side, and Lamborn taken down by Carlos Turner after a gain of about 2. Carlos Turner bringing down big Joey Lamborn. Lamborn 6'2", 204 pounds, the senior. And Carlos Turner, 150 pounds, 5'6", and he's the senior.
Yes, and also Deshaun Moorhead coming up quick, making the initial hit, and then Carlos sends him off. Springfield with a challenge right here. At 2nd down, they've got a power football team in White House. Lamborn leaning down right now, getting him a little rest, and we expect to see him 3 more carries.
Okay, the ball at the White House, at the Springfield 7. White House has the ball. Wide out to the left side is Crane as the split end over there. And they pitch to Lamborn, running to the left side. And good defensive play by Deshaun Moorhead. Deshaun Moorhead fought off a block by Alex Keeler, came through the block, and tackled Joey Lamborn for no gain.
Yeah, the White House looked predictable there. They lined up Langford wide right, kicked out to Lamborn, and he run right side on 1st down. That time they put Langford as the left side, and they put him ran left. So White House looked predictable. They're going behind Lamborn.
3.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Springfield leading 19-0. Brock King drops back to throw. He's pressured. He's hit as he delivers the pass. Incomplete. Intended for Alex Keeler, but a defensive man putting pressure on Brock King forced him to throw before he wanted to. It's 4th down.
Yes, Walter, and Susie never had a chance to complete that pass. Deshaun Moorhead and Carlos Turner were chasing, and really it was just he was just trying to throw the ball away. White House faced with a 4th down situation here, and they have a very tired back in Joey Lamborn. He's carried them all the way downfield, and he's a little tired right now.
Okay, the clock is stopped with that incomplete pass. The ball at the Springfield 7, and the Springfield crowd cheering the Springfield defense, encouraging them to hold. King drops the throw again and has time. Pass is complete, but they're not going to get in. Alex Keeler taken down by Lee Swearingen at the 6. Far short of the goal line. Springfield takes over.
Walter, just like last week against Humboldt, Springfield just says, no, you're not going to do it. He completed the pass to the man they wanted to get the ball to, Alex Keeler, and Lee Swearingen said, no, you're not going in. Lee hung with him all the way and brought him down.
That pass play complete, good for 1 yard. Springfield has the football at their own 6. 1st down and 10.
Ball pressure up the middle that time by Damon Stewart, and I think Brock King had to throw the ball a little bit quicker than he wanted to, but Stewart also was held in the play, but no call.
Springfield at their own 6. Here comes David Johnson. Faking, bouncing to the left side. Johnson runs up, through a tackle at the 10, at the 15, but wait a minute, he's out of bounds. Oh, David Johnson came down, dancing down the sideline, and he had thoughts of a 95-yard touchdown run, but the official said he was out of bounds at about the 17.
Walter, for the people that's not here tonight, I don't know how to explain how David Johnson runs the football. He just won't go down. He just bounced off of like 4 or 5 men, and we keep saying it, and I know people think we may be exaggerating, but he just keeps going and going, and almost broke it all the way down.
I think you almost did a commercial for the Energizer Rabbit there.
Yes, he just keeps going and runs hard every time he gets the ball.
And here he is again up to the 20. He got 12 yards on that play a moment ago, and he has carried the ball 12 times for 104 yards, and he just carried it across the 20 up to the Yellow Jacket 23 for a gain of 5 more. So now it's second down and 5. The clock running with 2:25 left in the third quarter. Springfield leading 19-0.
Walter, I'm going to make a comment. We'll do it after this play.
And off Gerard to the right side, up to the 25, 26, maybe the 27. And a White House player injured. White House player injured. There is a flag down. I think the White House player is number 73, I think, but I see no 73 on my roster. Maybe I'm looking at his number incorrectly. We'll wait a moment and see if we can pick it up for you. The official moves over to indicate Springfield guilty of White House guilty of a personal foul. White House guilty of a personal foul. So Springfield would have been about a yard or two short of the first down, but the penalty is going to move the ball for a first down. White House player still down on the field. And can you see his number, Jerry?
Haven't been able to, Walter. I want to say something about Courtney Woodard there. Courtney had a guy pushing him and kicking at him for White House. Courtney kept backing up, holding his hands up, and finally the referee saw it and threw the flag. Courtney Woodard, just an outstanding young man, held his composure then, Walter, and was able to draw the penalty.
Well, we've got a timeout on the field. We'll talk more about it when we come back in a moment. 2:08 left in the third. Springfield leads 19-0. We'll be back in a moment.
At Ride in Springfield, we carry tires to fit almost any vehicle, on the road or down on the farm. With brands like Kelly, Firestone, Uniroyal, Bridgestone, and Michelin, finding a tire to fit your vehicle or your budget is easy at Ride. Ride also has a great selection of good-looking wheels, like Progressive, Tron, Kroger, or Central. So remember what Ride always says.
You can buy a cheaper tire, but you can't buy a better tire cheaper than from me.
Highway 41 South in Springfield.
Well, the personal foul penalty has moved the football up to the Springfield 42. Sprint draw. Summers hands the ball off. Gerard with the ball for Springfield. And Gerard trying to bounce it outside. Here's a flag coming down. After the play was over, David Johnson got clobbered by one of the White House players. Well, after the play was over, there is a flag down after the run. We'll see what the call will be. There was really no gain on the play. The official moves over here to indicate a personal foul against White House. And that was obvious.
Walter, White House is losing their composure right now. Coach Jeff Porter's about 7 or 8 yards out on the field, and he's going to talk. He's getting on some White House Blue Devils right now. They've lost their composure. They've had 2 personal foul penalties, and they were very obvious. No one can argue them. I mean, they're trying to hit after the play, and White House wants to pull themselves together here.
Steve Gregg?
That's right, and Springfield is, hey, take advantage of everything the other team will give you, and that's what we're doing. We're now on the 44-yard line of White House.
And those 2 15-yard penalties have been big. Here's Johnson running to the right side. Will split a couple of defenders and carries the ball on to the 40. And the defensive play made on the part of White House for number 51, Bobby Blenchmore. Well, Gary, I suppose after making that long drive down the field, the Blue Devils, with Joey Lamborn primarily doing the running, I think after they got the ball down there and were not able to get points, White House now beginning to realize that this game is slipping away from them.
Yes, and they lost their composure for a few minutes. That's unlike White House football.
Quick opener to David Johnson up the middle at the 40. Johnson at the 35. Johnson runs on to the 30. Oh, what a run by David Johnson. I'm telling you what. Folks, you'll want to see that one on cable TV because I've got a feeling that run looked like a slow-motion run. We may have run that one back in slow motion a few times. The stop made from Michael Connor of White House. First down, Springfield.
Walter, Springfield wants a timeout here.
45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Timeout, Springfield. We'll be back. The Yellow Jackets lead 19-0 after this timeout.
My name is Mike. I'm a nurse at the emergency room at Jesse Holman Jones Hospital. People often ask how I do the job that I do. And the answer is simple. The care that we provide makes a difference in people's lives. Our emergency room is staffed with nurse and physicians 24 hours a day. We're not here to take the place of your regular doctor visit, but we are here when you have an emergency. We like to think that we're here when you need us the most.
Jesse Holman Jones Hospital. Superior care by people who care.
Back with you. We have 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Springfield leads 19-0. They're at the White House 31. It's first down and 10 for the Jackets.
Springfield with a good drive going here, helped by some White House penalties. Walter, the comment I wanted to make a while ago was, I don't know who picks these players for the finalists of the year, but we've got some I want to talk about. We'll talk about in a minute.
Power eyes strong to the right side. The ends are tight. And here comes the power back around, taking the handoff. That is Deshaun Moorhead coming down the left side of the field. He's inside the 30 to the 25, on to the 22 before being pushed out of bounds.
As I was saying a while ago, Walter, I don't like to single out players because it's a team effort, I mean all the way. But when you got a kid like David Johnson, and especially Carlos Turner, and they don't get mentioned as a finalist, I don't know who's better than those two kids. I don't know of a player in the state of Tennessee in Class 3A better than those two ball players.
I believe you're right. 9-yard gain on the play. Here comes David Johnson. He's going to break into the clear, and he's gone for another touchdown. David Johnson on a 22-yard touchdown run. 22-yard touchdown run. Johnson scores 6 more.
Walter, you mentioned a while ago that after we held White House up there, it seemed like they let down a little bit. That was a 95-yard drive.
Aided by 2 15-yard penalties against White House. Oh, there it is. Cliff Collins out there to try one more. It's up. It is good. Springfield 26, White House nothing. Springfield Cleaners and Twin Laundry and Moreland Shopping Center behind Stoney's can also handle all of your shoe repair work in their Precision Shoe Repair Shop. They're open from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. until 3:30 on Saturday, closed Sunday with after-hours pickup available at the Coin Laundry. They also offer package express shipping. Stop by and see them soon. Springfield Cleaners, Coin Laundry, Precision Shoe Repair, and the Package Express in Warren Shopping Center behind Jones in Springfield. Hey, Gary, we want to take just a moment to recognize some of the fans in the stands that bring their radios to the game. We want them to know we appreciate them bringing their radios and tuning in to coverage of Yellow Jacket football on radio as they watch the game right here at the stadium.
Yes, and it's just tremendous support that the Yellow Jackets get throughout the community. Coach Thomas talked about it. Coach Donnie Jones, former Coach Donnie Jones, told me tonight that Garrett's the best place in the world to coach. So if you need help, you get it. If you don't need help, people stay out of your way. And that was the comment he made before the game down here tonight.
All right, here comes Roger Brewer. Sends it bouncing downfield. Alex Keeler tracks it down at the 5. At the 10, at the 15, at the 20. And there comes Carlos Turner. Racing downfield from the left side to make the defensive play at the White House 18.
Yes, and here again, Carlos Turner making an outstanding play. Not going to say anything more about individuals tonight because I know Coach Thomas don't like for that. I don't like it either. It takes team effort. But I tell you what, Carlos Turner gives it everything he's got every time out.
White House coming up to the line of scrimmage. White House with the football. Springfield now leading 26-0 in this ball game. White House seeing the game slip away. Lamborn takes the handoff. Brock King is going to run to the left side, and he is taken out of bounds by Bixby, and Holman as the horn sounds to end the third quarter. At the end of the third quarter, Springfield 26, White House nothing. Back in a moment.
I'm Mike Gunn of Holly Performance Parts in Springfield, Tennessee. The management and employees of Holly are proud to be a part of the industrial community of Springfield, Tennessee, and support high school athletics in Robertson County. This is Bill Gray, General Manager of WFCI Radio here in Springfield, Tennessee, 1100 on your AM good listening dial. We're proud to carry Yellow Jacket football live every Friday night at 7 o'clock. And also we invite you to listen to cable television every Saturday and Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock with Walter George on cable TV.
All right, going to the fourth quarter of the game. Gary Alley, let's talk for a moment about Thanksgiving morning. I know Steve, Greg, and you and Kenneth Hawkins, along with myself, we're all out at Springfield High School to watch the Yellow Jackets practice on Thanksgiving morning.
Yes, I have a tradition. I play tennis every Thanksgiving mornings. I coach some people at 7 o'clock, and then I got through playing and went out there to the Yellow Jacket practice field, Walter. Thanksgiving practice, it's awful fun to be there. Kenneth said last week he was looking forward to that. A lot of people out there, Walter, and they held it in the new athletic facility. You may tell people about that. It's just real nice, and we'll get with that in a minute. White House comes to the line of scrimmage.
White House with a second down and about 2 at their own 26 up to the line. Brock King drops the throw across the middle. It is complete, and this one is going to go for some more yardage. Down all the way to the Springfield 39. Catch made by number 5, Kurt Crane. Crane coming across the field. They put it in his hand. Goes all the way down to the Springfield 39.
A lot of speed by Crane after he caught the ball.
We were mentioning that athletic facility a moment ago. Contributions are still being accepted for that athletic facility. If you would like to make a contribution, you can contact any member of the athletic club. They will be glad to tell you what you can do or how you can go about making a contribution to that athletic facility. It is a very nice facility, and on Thanksgiving morning, the athletic club serves sausage and biscuit, ham and biscuits, and hot coffee. And it was a very, very nice morning for the players and the athletic club and members of the community. Gary Alley, we had a flag on that last play that went for 34 yards on a pass play to Kurt Crane, but it's coming back.
The best play White House has run all night long, a long play. Unfortunately for them, the penalty happened down here on the 20-yard line, holding penalty, so it brought the ball all the way back. I can't see from my viewpoint here, but it's on about the 12-yard line, I think.
And White House will have second down and 19. The ball is up to 10, Kenneth Hawkins says. So White House comes to the line. After seeing that 34-yard pass play wiped off, here's King being tackled and stopped by Carlos Turner. Laser beam in there again. Carlos Turner.
Walter, I just want to ask Mr. Hudgens of the Tennessee, has he seen a better linebacker this year than Carlos?
I'm not a linebacker, defensive back, a defensive line. All right, Carlos Turner with another big defensive play, a loss of 5. Charge to Brock King, and the crowd's going to give Carlos Turner a hand as he comes off the field. And Toby Baptiste coming off right beside him.
Yes, those two senior linebackers. And let me say some of the tackles. They do their job to get the linebackers through the gaps, and just outstanding plays for Springfield.
So now White House on a third down and 26. Brock King will throw from the goal line. Pass incomplete, and Alex Keeler let that one slide off his fingertip as Lee Swearingen was out there defending, and Keeler probably wouldn't have far to go anyway.
Well, Keeler was trying to turn upfield to get the first down before he caught the ball, and Brock King underthrew him a little bit. White House going to have to punt the ball, Walter, pretty deep in their own end zone.
They would have to go all the way to their own 30 to get a first down. The ball is up to 4 at the White House 4. White House will get ready to punt, and in punt formation, Bagheera getting ready to punt, standing deep on that gold and white checkerboard, and now Whitehouse is going to call for and get a timeout. 10:43 remaining in the game. Whitehouse has taken a timeout. Springfield leads 26-0. We'll be back in a moment. Delight Products on Industrial Drive is proud to be a part of this city and county. We're pleased to support the activities of our young people and would like to encourage a sense of pride in athletics as well as academic proficiency. Delight Products supports the continuation of the tradition of striving for excellence our young people have established through the years. This message from Delight Products. You'll find quality paint and supplies at special prices at the Sharon Williams Paint Store, 513 Memorial Boulevard in Springfield, managed for the past 15 years by Gary Alley. They're proud to support athletics in Robertson County.